JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, federal police out in numbers in demand for overtime back pay. Members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF turned up at the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston Thursday morning to support the Jamaica Police Federation's efforts to get the government of Jamaica to honor overtime back pay.
Police service, right?
Yes, ma'am. Of course.
And I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. The committee, thank you for this level of support. It shows solidarity, and it shows purpose, and it shows that we are men and women who love Jamaicans.
Yes.
Here to serve Jamaicans.
Yes.
And therefore, together.
Yes. Got you. Got you.
Dressed mainly in red and black, the more than 300-strong police personnel, displaying scant regard for COVID-19 protocols, rallied in front of the courthouse to express that they will not back down from their demands. "We're fed up, who are we money?" they shouted in unison. A sprinkling of officers carried placards with a variety of messages. The Federation, which represents rank-and-file members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, took the government to court in the battle for overtime back pay, in which negotiations started as far back as 2008. At the time, the court had decided that police who work beyond the lawful hours must be paid for the extra time. In the latest offer to the government on Wednesday in an open letter, the Federation said members will forego overtime from 2008 to 2015. The Federation also wants a lump sum payment and the rest paid within 2 years. The government, in the meantime, is offering to pay overtime back pay from 2019 over 6 years. Man accused of killing Canis Jackson remanded again. Robert Fowler, the St. Catherine mechanic accused of killing 20-year-old accounting clerk Canis Jackson, was further remanded when his matter came up in the Home Circuit Court on Thursday. The court was told that the case file is still incomplete. Fowler will return to court on February 23. He was arrested in March after Jackson's body was found in bushes off the Dyke Road in Portmore, St. Catherine. 2 guns and ammunition seized in St. James and Westmoreland. 2 illegal guns, including an AK-47 rifle and more than 60 rounds of ammunition, were seized in St. James and Westmoreland on Tuesday. The security forces operating in the state of emergency in Westmoreland seized the rifle and 47 assorted rounds of ammunition in Bethel Town. In the other incident, a man was arrested in Ironshore, St. James, after the police seized the Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 16 rounds of ammunition. St. James is also under a state of emergency. Court clears way for one of 3 secret one-done recordings. The prosecution, after a number of failed attempts, was Thursday morning able to get one of 3 cell phones used to record conversations between alleged members of the one-done gang, 33 of which are now on trial, entered into evidence. The gadget is one of 3 devices that the Crown is counting on as part of the body of evidence in the case against the alleged gangsters. Several attempts to have the transcripts of the recordings entered into evidence were this week blocked on account of objections raised by defense attorneys, who argued successfully that the Crown had failed to properly establish a chain of custody for the transcripts, and as such their integrity was doubted. In an about-face, the prosecution changed its strategy to instead call forward several police witnesses to take their stand in order to have the recordings entered into evidence. Witness number 2, a former gang member turned Crown witness, had testified that he turned over to the police 3 phones, 2 of which were given to him by the cops, with recordings of conversations between himself and members of the gang, including alleged leader Andrew Blackman Bryan. He said he downloaded a call recording app to automatically tape multiple cell phone conversations, which were also saved. He forwarded the recordings to cops when the memory became full. On Thursday morning, only one of the phones was tendered into evidence, while the other was marked for identification, as the detective who took the stand said he was unable to open the device to retrieve the unique identification number stored inside. He said prior to the trial, he had accessed that number by dialing a particular series of digits on the phone, which would then produce that number. The prosecution will, based on that, have to use another route to get that particular device tendered into evidence. In the meantime, the court has started to hear evidence on the police witness now on the stand about a rifle handed over to him by witness number 2, who had said he collected the gun from the gangsters under the pretext of taking it to get it fixed. "We can't take it no more." For almost 2 months, not even a drop of water has run through the household taps of scores of residents in some communities in St. Andrew West Rural. These include Padmore District and Rockall, where residents have been struggling daily without the precious commodity. The residents were also battling with limited storage facilities for the little water they do receive through a standpipe, said that they have been plagued by water woes for years. 81-year-old chicken farmer Aston Green from Padmore said he's contemplating putting a pause on raising his chickens because of the poor water supply. "Right now, I not even know if I gonna raise more chicken because me can't cope with it because me not have no water," said Green. "From the pump breakdown we have been suffering. Truck coming at the ear and none don't come by our section for us to get some. We can't take it no more," Green added. Expressing similar frustration was Loretta Wallace, who is also from Padmore. "Is what leaving the tank I use. The water in my tank now is low. That can't even carry me for the rest of the week." A 51-year-old woman from the district, who requested not to be named, also voiced her displeasure about the absence of water. She said even when issues at the pumping station near her community have been resolved, they still get a limited supply of water. "On a regular basis, we're still having issues because even just 2 times in the week we actually get water. As soon as them turn on the water, then it goes. So we're not understand what type of system we have in Padmore. It has been going on for almost 20 years now," the woman said. "Even though we have storage, it is now almost empty, and we still don't have any alternative in terms of getting water, unless we're going to purchase it, which is not feasible because some people can't afford it. Kids in the area have to go to school. We have to cook. I know with COVID-19 it even makes matters worse," she added, as she called on the National Water Commission (NWC) to upgrade the water supply system. Meanwhile, in Rockall, a 22-year-old woman who did not wish to be named sang the same woeful tune. She said that she has not been able to do her laundry or have a proper shower since the latest round of water problems some 2 months ago. "Completing to do simple tasks around my home is dreadful these days since we have no water. We have to bathe from pan and bucket, buy water for cook and drink. It's very frustrating. And the worst thing about it is that them still send me water bill at the end of the month. We need this issue to be addressed. The last time things were this bad, we end up having to block the roads," she said. "It's 2021. We should not be taking those barbaric measures in order to get access to a commodity of such importance. And let me remind you, it's something we are paying for Prime Minister Andrew Willis to fix this," the frustrated woman added. Yesterday, a member of Parliament for the constituency, Julia Cuthbert-Flynn, said that she could not provide any information on the problem, as she was assured that water would have been restored to the community. According to Cuthbert-Flynn, she would have to check with the NWC for an update. Health Ministry reports 56 new COVID-19 cases, 2 more deaths. Jamaica reported 56 new cases of COVID-19 and 2 virus-related deaths on Thursday, pushing the total number of confirmed cases on the island since the outbreak to 90,961 and the confirmed deaths to 2,367. The new cases comprise 33 females and 23 males with ages ranging from 4 months to 93 years. According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, 21 of the cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew, 9 in St. James, 7 in St. Catherine, 5 each in St. Anne and Westmoreland, 2 each in Portland, St. Elizabeth, St. Mary and Trelawney, and 1 in St. Thomas. The latest victims are an 87-year-old female from Trelawney and a 69-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew. The ministry further reported 103 new recoveries, which pushed the total recoveries to 62,171. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.